Alright guys, welcome back to Photographics Academy. Alright, so today I'm going to show you how I will transform this background right here in Photoshop. So I will put it together a few props, right? We are going to be working with this background. I will be adding this smoke effect to the image, and of course, we will try to see if we can create a beautiful lightening behind something that can, make the image stand out a little bit and compensate for this particular light effect that is on her dress. So without wasting much of your time, let's get it rolling. So I'm going to crop this image using my 4x5, right? Keep it somewhere around here. This is not going to be a long video, trust me. Then I need to fill up these backgrounds, right? I need to get it filled up. But before we do that, we need to separate her from the background. So I'm going to make a selection of my object. Right click, go to select inverse. And of course, modify your selections to make sure it's cool. Okay, we can work with this. Once the selection is made, I'll make a duplicate. Right click, I go to layer via cut. So we'll have our object on a separate layer and our background also on a separate layer. Now it's time to fill it up. So I'm going to use my rectangular marquee tool, make a selection over here. Excuse me. Hold my shift, do the setting over here. Right click, go to fill, content aware. Let's see how that handles it. Okay, we'll have a working background. Do the same thing over here. Let's fill that place up too. Good, but now we may need to blur this background out, and if we draw it out and start acting on it, we have a duplicate down here that will bring in back what we just removed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the selection of the lady and flatten the whole image. Right click, go to select inverse and repeat the processes again. Just spot her out from the background of both. Now everything is per se. So I'm going to hold my control, reload the selection on the background, go to filter, blur, cushion blur, smoothen out the background. Like that. Press OK. Press Ctrl D. Then it's time to bring in the background we want to use. So I'll just go over here, unlock it, use my move tool and drag it over. Place it right here. So all we need to do is just to scale it up. Like that. And press OK. Change the blend mode to overlay. And we'll get that very beautiful warm glow. But I do not want, all the warmness as strong as it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a solid color adjustment layer in between here. Go to my hue and make sure it's a gray adjustment layer. Press OK. Change the blend mode to color. Right. Then just reduce the intensity. So this shadow we are seeing over here is actually as a result of what is happening on our background. So if we use our brush and go to our background and just select any area and just paint in, we might be able to fix that. But it's obvious it's not fixed. Okay, we can select from the other side. We just try to get that uniformly across. Beautiful. I think I love the way he is looking now. Amazing color we have right there. Okay, so now you can decide to reduce the intensity of your 50% gray. You can decide to leave it warm. So I think I like it just slightly warm as it is already. Now, the next thing I want to bring in is my smoke effect. So I have two smokes over here. I have this one and I have this one. So I think this one is going to be better for the inner part. So I'll place this over here and just scale it enough for you to know it's there. So before we do that, let's separate it from the background. Just look for the perfect blend mode that removes the original background. So in the absence of anyone working perfectly, just come here, load up our properties. Then click on remove background. So it's removed. You can now drag it over. Don't worry, of course, we are going to blur, so the edge shouldn't be a problem. You drag it over, keep it somewhere around here. Press OK. Then change the blend mode to maybe like, I think I like the way darker is looking. What does dissolve do? Not really impressive. So let's try the darker color. Press OK. Blur it out as much as you can. No longer looking like smooth. It should blur it out too much. So I think we'll have to use blend diff to split the areas of impacts, and of course reduce the opacity. Then the next one I want to bring in is this one right here. So I'm going to unlock the layer and also remove background. But there's a very crucial step we missed in that one that I wouldn't want us to miss here. Is actually the feathering of the edges. So if I come here and I feather the edge, so it's going to make that cutout transition to be smooth. It's not going to be as hard edged as what we had there. So we may not need to blur this one. We might just reduce the opacity. Okay, so drag this and place it over here again. All right. I reduce this. Did I push it back? So keep it somewhere around here. Load this one up and scale it up. Like this. So I think I'm going to need to turn. Amazing. So that it's out the more. Let me look for a very suitable blend mode for it. I think I love what the luminosity is doing. Okay, so we of course need to bring it down. It's somewhere around circle. Like, let's see how that handles it. I think I'll leave it at normal. Blur it out as much as I can. So it becomes a fork. Should be blurring the main image and not the mask. To be somewhere around here. So I'm going to squint that A. I feel it's too big. Looking at it is looking quite distracting. So this I need to remove as well. That is actually not playing a very crucial role for me there. So I think I'll just leave this one right here. Press OK, pick up your brush and fix the edges of the mask. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to create a lightening behind her. So if you look at her dress, you're going to notice there is a very golden glowing light behind her, which we wouldn't want it looking unrealistic. So to do that, I'm going to create a gradient light. We'll go into our gradient adjustment layer, change the linear to radial, and of course it has to be a very warm, bright light. Keep it somewhere around here, on it up, press OK. So just use the scale to see the size and where it is, press OK. So we use our blend mode to find the best blend mode that will give us that warm glow we are looking for. This won't flow. So I think we can use this Place it somewhere here. Just slightly beneath it like this. Press OK. So I want it spilling a little bit out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the opacity of this one. Press Ctrl J, spill out one, and reduce the opacity still. Then when I spill it, I'm going to press Ctrl I and just paint it into the area I want it to spill on. You toss, you sure? So now the before, now the after. We'll have this one. So I think this needs to push towards the center a little bit now. Okay, so my background needs to darken down the bits. And we are good to go. So the last thing I'm going to do is to create a global color grading. Something really spectacular. I think I love the golden glow of this, but let's go. Nice one. Okay, this works perfectly. So the last thing I'll do is to go to my Ctrl Shift Alternate E to create a stamp visible layer and go into my camera raw just to create a vignette effect around the object and maybe lift up the shadows a little bit. So push on the shadows a bit and a little bit of the highlight. Have some contrast and something like this. Then come down to my effects and just add some vignette effects to it. Press OK. And that is done. Look at the overall before and after. This is the before. After we'll join the barbers and all of that. And this is the after. Thank you so much for watching this amazing video. Do make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, click on the notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Until then, we see you on the next call.